All right, hey y'all. Welcome welcome to Anonnie's Temple. Okay. Listen. Okay, so I've been pulling cards, every now and then since yesterday or since the last time I gave a reading. And the same energy keeps repeating itself. So I'm going to do this reading for you all. Let me have some water. I feel like this is a reading about a karmic situation that someone around you is going through or someone who you know is going through. Because that I feel like I tend to pick up on energy like that when it's actually still dark out. Okay? So like when I pick up on energies during the day, I try to keep it light. I try to make sure I'm tapping into the divine collective's energy, the original earth angels. But when the sun goes down and I do readings, they come through so pure, so clear. Okay? So I feel like I have to do this reading because I got imprisonment, 3 of wands, and legal. And when I was doing pulls yesterday, I was getting the same energy. So here I am sitting in my blanket doing this reading for you. Love you all. What is going on with this person going to prison? What is going on with this? Knight of Wands, actively. There's an active worry. There's an active investigation that's happening right now. Knight of Wands is telling me that this situation where someone took the chance to do something illegal, it's already been set in motion. So they've already done the crime. I am hearing they've already done the crime. And now what is set in motion is actually the trial or the sentencing. They said the trial and the sentencing. Show me about this person going to prison, please. Listen. With the expectation card coming out, I feel like this is for you. They want you to, I feel like you will be surprised by this news, but they don't want you to be like distraught by it. They don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, how could, oh my gosh, like this and that and this and that. Like they know that you'll be surprised, but they also want to tell you that now's the time that this is coming through. This type of caricature of a blueprint. Yeah, look, Knight of Wands and courthouse in the reversed. Look at how legal, courthouse, and imprisonment have all come out together here. I think that they want you to expect that you may be called to show up to speak during the trial. That's what I think is going to happen here. Show me courthouse in the reversed. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, wow. So these are the two people involved. Usually when I get Queen of Pentacles, this is the divine collectives, the divine feminine's energy. You will be called to court to speak on a karmic masculine that you know because they're going to prison. What do they want you to talk about, Queen of Pentacles here? Occupation. Somebody could have embezzled money. With the occupation here, I feel like somebody could, there's something here about like putting illegal money in their account. This karmic masculine. Show me. What will they be asking this Queen of Pentacles about? I heard that they will be asking you about the transactions that you had with this person, or like what the business transactions were like, or what like some type of transfers actually mean. I feel like this could be someone who like maybe transferred some money to you, or they transferred a check to you, or they had you cash a check that was connected to their account. But what they didn't tell you was when you cashed that check, and somehow it also linked their account and your account. That's a partial storyline that I'm getting here. That when they linked accounts with yours, I'm hearing they ran some type of bug into the system. so that they could take money out of your account when you're not looking or while certain transactions are still pending. So you may have noticed very strangely that money or the numbers in your accounts were like fluctuating in a strange way, or that they were taking a long time to process. It could have seemed like money was just like falling out of your account or something. But I'm hearing, but you never looked into it. Show me this with the Queen of Pentacles, please. They're going to say, how do you know this person? What was the service? How much was the service? Like, they're going to ask you questions like this. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. I'm telling you, you have definitely worked with this person. So this is giving me the energy of when someone reaches out to you because they want you to do a project, or they want you to work with them on something, or they want your service that you provide. And so they're like, so I feel like you agreed to this service. Like you provided the service, whatever it is that you do. But really what they wanted to do is just link accounts with you. So you'll be asked to speak about how this person runs their business, the money, if you've noticed any suspicious activity. Show me, please. This is a colleague. This is a masculine colleague who is going to jail, to prison. I'm hearing for embezzlement, for falsifying documents, for falsifying checks. Yeah, innocent in the reverse, and the Empress. Who is this? There is a woman in a position of power in this organization who is not innocent. Or there's just a matriarchal figure who is involved in this, who tried to act like they didn't know what was going on, or they tried to deny that they're also associated with this embezzlement or with this fraud. They said just call it fraud. So she's in the shit with this because she put up some type of front and some type of mask that she had no idea. She didn't know what was going on. Like, oh, she acted like she was very surprised. Meanwhile, that mask has fallen and she's not innocent at all. So we have two culprits here. There's this Empress who tried to fake the funk, and then there's this karmic masculine. And I feel like the karmic masculine was the one who reached out to you to ask you, hey, like, do you want to get together? Do you want to collaborate? Do you want to do this project together and we'll pay you? Show me, please. Show me the realist here. Yeah, Queen of Swords. You're going to be asked to speak. And you're also going to be asked about your thoughts and opinions about these people. So I feel here like when you're on the stand, they could be asking you to recollect certain memories or interactions that you've had with these two. So they're going to say, oh, when this person did this, did you notice anything strange? Or when this person did that, did anything seem a bit fishy here? So with the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Wands, I feel like you will be on the stand sharing your perspective and experiences that you've had connected to these two. And I think that this is going to feel really great for you with the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Wands, because I feel like this is an opportunity for you to stick up for yourself and to speak up for yourself. I feel like this opportunity helps to give you some type of confirmation about something you've been intuiting or something that you've been thinking has been up, but you weren't sure of how to secure it, or you weren't sure of exactly what it was. But you kept getting like these repetitive or intrusive thoughts about it. I feel here too. I feel here like somebody could have some form of a lisp or something. Because when I've been getting this energy recently where someone's tongue is just like very heavy. And that's what I'm getting here right now as I'm trying to speak with you about this. It feels like my tongue is heavy, or like I have a lisp or something like that. Or maybe someone has mouth cancer. That's a bar. Okay. That's what they just told me, that somebody could actually have mouth cancer. And that's why it's a bit difficult for them to talk, or why they may slur when they speak, or why like it seems like a part of their mouth is swollen. Okay, show me a bit more about what's happening in this legal case, please. Yeah, we have 8 of Pentacles. We have 8 of Pentacles and the message reversed. Show me, please. Ten of Pentacles, endings, and the 8 of Swords. Hey, good sunrise, Mo. We have Flying Monkey and the Rising Star. Thank you. And then we have Intuitive Kev. So this is you over here. I want to make sure I get this energy. I feel like this isn't the best platform for me to be pulling cards on, meaning like just like on my legs here, but it's fine. What is this message that is in the reversed here? What is this message that's in the reversed? 9 of Pentacles. 8 to the 9 of Pentacles with a message in the reversed. And the South Node. Wow. And the South Node. Bondage reversed and Ace of Swords reversed. Okay. And then interesting, we have 8 to the 9 to the 10 of Pentacles here. I'm telling you, like somebody is slipping. Something has slipped up. I feel like they're telling me that they didn't corroborate. They didn't corroborate their stories accurately. I'm telling you here, like somebody, they're trying to keep this so hidden and so under wraps that they're being sued, or that they literally have court dates here. I'm hearing it's a wreckage. I also feel what happened here is that they tried to implicate you in the crime at first. And that's why this Empress was trying to act like she was so innocent, that she had no idea what was going on. She didn't know about the transactions, or she didn't know about this money or that type of money, and how it didn't get to you and how it was supposed to get to you. I even feel here they're telling me that they were like billing things under your name and accepting the payment for them. So in some ways, it's like they recruited you to pay you once, Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, because they wanted the proof of like a valid transaction. But then they continued to bill. That's what this is. Message reversed in 8 of Pentacles. They continued to bill something under your name, but direct the payments back to them. And they've received a message here, or they've received notification that the bill or the payments that they were trying to process bounced back because they were flagged. Ace of Swords reversed and message reversed. 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, whatever they tried to plot or plan, or whatever transaction they tried to run, I feel like it was a good amount with the 9 of Pentacles here. That's a lot of money. So they tried to process this. I'm getting, it's like literally they tried to click the button and then it immediately got flagged as fraud. So now it's like they're in their South Node with the bondage reverse, trying to figure out how to get out of this. They can't get out of this. They can't get out of this. Tell me, how does this Empress, yeah, this money is supposed to be yours. This money is supposed to be yours. Okay? Tell me, how does this Empress and this karmic masculine know each other? This Empress karmic masculine, how do they know each other, Divine? Thoughts. How do they know each other? Thoughts and the devil. Well, there you have it. How do they know each other? Thank you. Divination in the reversed. What is this? House in the reversed and gift. What is thoughts with the devil and divination in the reversed? I'm hearing they didn't see it coming. Maybe they also tried to practice, or maybe they practiced divination and this never showed up in their cards. It never showed up in their reading. These two people are together because they both don't like you. That's literally all that it is. With the thoughts and the devil here, they both have the same type of mentality about you. And that mentality with the devil energy here is like, they don't want you to have nice things, or they both thought that they, two heads are better than one. So they wanted to come together to do this to you. It's just like the darker side of their personalities matched. I think that some of them are even feeling betrayed because it's like they would have thought that such a catastrophe, like such a catastrophic event, would have shown up in their divination, but it didn't. Show me more about how these two know each other. How do these two know each other, the Empress and the karmic masculine? Well, because she's a karmic feminine. Look at that. Because she's a karmic feminine, that's how they know each other. I even feel like maybe they know that you do divination, or they know that you pull cards, so they tried to learn how to do it as well. But whenever they were pulling cards, they were actually reading from a thought form, or they were reading from an entity that is actually low vibrational. So they could have been reading from a trickster spirit or a trickster entity, or like a low, dense, vibrational being that was only trying to mess with them. That just, it's like a chaos thought form. So they know each other because they're both karmic to each other, number one. But I feel like they linked up to be karmic towards you, to try to take a gift from you. It's almost like these two could have even tried to buy a house using the money that they took from you. That's what I'm kind of getting here. Like they were trying to set up a stable life for themselves, built off of what was meant to be yours. And their cards aren't giving them nothing. Show me this about this divination that she's doing. By the way, the masculine could be a fire sign, or the masculine could just be like her little playboy or her little play toy or something like this, or just like a boyfriend. She could be older than the masculine. Okay. He's showing up in the bit of a flunky energy, not gonna lie. Okay. What is this divination in the reverse, Divine, with these karmics? Starseed, they can't get a read on you. Lust. That is some weird ass shit. Okay. Yeah. With the sun here. What do you think is the difference? Yeah. Look, here's your energy. They are concerned because you are a high priestess of light that receives divine messages and divine miracles and blessings. The divine will always send you a download to make sure that you know what's going on, to make sure that you are privy to what's happening surrounding you, to make sure that you have all the information you need to make the highest timeline decision, to make the decision that will make you the happiest. This is a part of the miracle that you receive. This is a part of your gifts. Your gifts. So I feel here what they honestly were trying to do was use some type of energy of lust between the two of them to get a reading on you as the starseed. And all the information that they kept getting, I feel like this trickster spirit was like tricking them and telling them like 5 lies and a half truth. I feel like whatever they were trying to petition so that they could get a reading on you and know about what you're doing or what you're receiving and what you're getting, I feel like this trickster spirit would like, I don't know, show me this with the lust energy here and divination. Yeah, relationship and lust. It's like disgusting. Thank you. And opposition. So whatever. I mean, do I need to tell you what the trickster spirit was doing? Because it worked. I feel like the trickster spirit was clowning them. It's like the trickster spirit wanted them to have pie on their face for trying to take the miracle that is your spiritual blessing and gift. It's like they were trying to cross over boundaries where they had no business looking. I feel like this trickster spirit has led them into this space where now they're in court. Like now they could go to prison. Because I bet they were trying to do divination and this trickster spirit was telling them, oh yeah, you can do that. Don't worry, it'll work. Yeah, you can do that. You take that money out of those accounts. Yeah, don't worry about it. That's what I feel like happened here. They were bamboozled. Okay. So can you show me more about what's going to happen in court with these two? Or do you want to show more of what the crime was, Creator? Thank you, Divine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the cards are fine. Thank you. We have achievement, Wheel of Fortune, and bliss. Thank you. 10 of Swords and the Hierophant. So this is what I'm going to tell you here. The Moon and 6 of Swords. They didn't exactly answer my question, but when this goes to court, you're going to see this judge really lay down the hammer on them. Like this judge is not going to play around. I feel like the evidence is obvious. And so with them trying to even like talk their way out of it by seeming like they were innocent, it just makes their case, it makes them look even worse in this case. Because then the judge will question, okay, so why did you lie about that? What did you know about? Why did you have to lie and say you didn't know what was happening, but we're seeing your signature on this check that was actually under somebody else's name? But we're seeing how you showed up acting like you were somebody else to accept money that was theirs. It's like there's some piece of very obvious evidence that goes against what they were trying to dictate to the legal authorities. I feel here as well, like this judge is going to give them the highest sentence possible, like the highest amount of time. They're saying because this judge is, so that you know how like, I apologize for all of the stuttering, but I feel like it's truly because of how secretive they're trying to be about this energy. Okay, so I apologize for all of the stuttering here. I feel like this, like when somebody gets a sentence and it's like it could be this to this many years. I feel like the judge will specifically sentence them on the higher end of that number of years. Because it wasn't like they just did this once, and it wasn't like they just did this over the course of 1 year. I feel like these are people who repeatedly did this to you because they thought that they couldn't get caught. And I feel like they did this for a long amount of time with the 10 of Swords here. It takes a while to get to the 10 of Swords. And so there's no way that they can navigate their way out of this. And I feel like I want to say that in the opposite way. They are stuck in the situation. They are stuck with the consequences of their actions. And the judge here, the higher order of power, is going to make sure that they fully commit to those consequences. And this is you on the other end of this entire situation, receiving unexpected money. Because I feel like during this whole time, you had some type of inkling as the high priestess that your money just seemed like it wasn't right, or your transactions seemed like they weren't right. So you're going to be receiving this money, but I just feel like the timing is unexpected to you. Okay? And this is going to have you living in the next timeline, or living in your current timeline in a state of bliss. You're going to be very happy with this because it's going to help you move on from these people. Whoever this Empress and this karmic masculine is, I feel like they knew that they were doing you dirty. And so every now and then you would notice that there would be some type of conflict or tension between you. And I feel like you would always kind of take the higher road. You wouldn't argue with them. You wouldn't push back or anything. But you would notice, like, every now and then, or after a certain amount of time or something like this, like every couple of weeks or every month or so, they would suddenly want to create like chaos and conflict for you. And you'd be like, what the? Yeah, chaos, conflict, and destruction. It's like, this reminds me of someone who was in my life who I used to connect with. And whenever I would talk to them, it would take about 10 days to 3 weeks before they would try to create some form of like chaos or destruction in my life. That's what this reminds me of. Like with this person, I used to go back and ask them for help, or like I would need to talk with them for emotional support. And those good feelings, I'm telling you, sometimes would only last for like 72 hours. Because then it's like I would connect with that person's energy, and then something in my life wouldn't go right, or there would be some type of chaos, or something would end up not panning out like how I thought that it would. And so eventually I stopped telling this person about my achievements. I stopped telling this person about the great things happening in my life. I stopped telling them about the opportunities that I had. I stopped talking with them about the money that I am making, all of it, until I stopped communicating with them altogether. Because I realized that they were a force for chaos and destruction and upset. And that's how they would siphon energy from me. This is that same energy. And I know that's what I'm reading. Yeah. Okay. Six of Swords and Divine Feminine. I feel like this will help you to seal the deal. It's going to help you to close something out so that you can really put these people in a box and just say, this is who you are, and that's why you're going to prison. So I think that you're going to be in a state of bliss here because you won't be blaming yourself for any of the confusion or the manipulation that these two people were doing towards you. Okay? So animosity. It's like the both of them don't like you. And it's almost like, I feel like it really started with the feminine energy because she is older. And I think whatever storylines or whatever blueprints that she was carrying about you, or that she carrying, or that she was thinking about you, that type of entity attachment ended up infiltrating itself, or like attaching itself onto the karmic masculine as well. And it's because this couple is way too ignorant to realize that they're even karmics to each other doing karmic bullshit. So the entity, or this trickster spirit, would pass between the two of them through that lustful energy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me see if there's anything here that I can get about timing, okay? I'm going to try the Galactic Family Tarot. Yeah, Six of Discs and Temperance. I'll try the Galactic Family or the Cosmic Family Tarot, but they tend to not get too involved in like petty matters like this. They really just tend to tell you about the outcome. Like they're telling you that this is going to be, you're going to receive money from these people, and the timing will be unexpected. And this money that you receive, I see you putting it towards a business. I see you putting it towards assets. I see you putting it towards things that will help that money to grow. And this is, I'm hearing this is what they were afraid of to begin with. That they never, this is like a part of what the devil entity, or what this spirit, this malevolent spirit attached to within them. They always feel like they're supposed to be better than you. And so whenever they would start to see that you were like getting ahead, or when you received something that was meant to help you get ahead, they wanted to step in and take it from you. Cosmic Family, anything else you'd like to share? Thank you, Mo. Mo says I nailed it. Anything else, Cosmic Family? Seven of Cups on the fence. With Death on the fence. Listen, this is a Knight of Cups. The confusion ends now. The confusion ends here and now about who they truly are. That goes for you. That goes for the courts. That goes for every person that this couple, this karmic couple, interacts with. The confusion is done and over. Queen of Wands, show me. Queen of Wands, Lovers in the reverse. They're a mean girl. They're a mean person. The Sun. Six of Wands. Show me this Queen of Wands. Knight of Swords. Show me this Queen of Wands. Ten of Wands reversed. Queen of Wands, please. And the Magician. Yeah, so, and here they are showing up as a couple again. Okay? So, pretty much, they didn't tell you that this money was yours with the Hanged Man, the Queen of Swords, and Ace of Pentacles. It clearly was addressed to you. And I feel like they did a form of fraud so they could accept it into their account. I even feel here there was like follow-up paperwork that they had to complete to say why you couldn't accept the money yourself. That's what I'm getting here. So you know those storylines about when they say, oh, they said that you were incapacitated, or they said that you couldn't handle this type of money for whatever type of reason. It wasn't just like they could accept the check. They had to create a framework that said why you couldn't accept it. So this is what they're also getting caught up with, because they had to literally lie in order to get this money that is yours. Okay? I want you to know that between this couple, like they don't even love each other. Lovers is in the reverse here. They feel like they're just obligated to be spending time with each other at this time, or at this time. So they mean like right now, but they just feel obligated to be with each other. Ten of Wands reversed and the Lovers reversed. Like the relationship and the connection that they have with each other is karmic, and it's a burden to the both of them. Neither of them want to even really be with each other anymore because there's no love there. And I think that from this loveless connection that they have with each other, it's like they wanted to destroy you as a hub of love yourself, as a loving person yourself, the Sun and Knight of Swords, as a kind person, as you know, like a joyous person. At this point, it's like they're just with each other because it feels like an obligation. Anything else, Cosmic Family? Yeah, the Nine of Wands to the Ten of Wands reversed. And what's crazy is on top of that, I feel like they're going to go against each other to try to figure out who could get the lesser sentence. Nine of Wands here is like they already know that they're in the shit. They already know. And so they're trying to make sure it doesn't get any worse with the Ten of Wands reversed. Page of Discs, Six of Swords, Ace of Wands. With the Knight of Wands here. So they're talking about, with the Justice here, Nine of Swords and Ace of Swords. They're trying to figure out a couple of ways to handle this situation. I think that they're pondering, they're pondering whether or not they should reach out to you first before you get this news. So they're trying to figure out if you will have mercy on them. I even feel here that you receive notification about this. You get the document or you get the physical page of discs here, the physical notification, and you're going to travel or you'll have to go somewhere for this court case, and they're going to try to interfere before you get there. Ace of Wands to the Knight of Wands. It's as though they want to meet you at the airport as soon as you arrive or something like this. Be mindful of that. Like they will want to be able to track you and to know your whereabouts so they can try to talk with you before the court case. Like I'm getting like the day before the court case. They may try to reach out to you and say, can we talk about this? Like, can we handle this outside of court? You know that you're my daughter. You know that you're my son. You know that you're, my niece, my nephew. You know that we're family, something like this. Or you know that we're colleagues, something. Okay? Show me this, please. Six of Discs. They'll want to try to work it out with you ahead of time. Ten of Swords. Don't do it. We have the Knight of Swords to the Sun to the Ten of Swords. Don't do it. Because they're just playing on you being a kind and nice person. Don't meet up with them. Because the consequences here for them where they need to give you this money and then some, this unexpected money coming into you, it's actually meant to be a support for you. In some ways, I feel like they will try to twist your mind to say like, well, like we really did something wrong. Like I'm so ashamed. Like they're really going to try to deprecate themselves and play on your empathy. But you cannot have a thief steal from you while you were blind to them stealing from you And then they just turn around and say, oh, sorry. I feel here like a part of allowing this situation to be closed, for you to find closure here, is not for you to be kind. The closure here is for you to frame this situation as retribution. For you to frame this as they did something wrong, and now because of that, I receive what is good. And when I receive this, what is good, it's because the divine actually wants to help me have a new beginning. The divine wants me to feel liberated and free and light. That's how they want you to frame it. Okay? 3 of Cups. Frame it as a celebration that you get to receive. All right? I think that this is it, divine. Let's do final messages. 9 of Cups, Intuitive Kev. Yes, they want you to frame this as something that puts you on easy street, because that was already supposed to be in the cards for you. But they interfered and tried to steal that from you. It's a karmic relationship. Of course, they tried to do that and failed. Okay. Final messages, Kipperish, please. I'm still curious about time frame on this. Thank you. Okay. Show me this here. Divine Feminine, occupation, manifestation. What's wild here? What did they do with this destruction energy? The King of Wands specifically. I don't know how these two are connected to your occupation or to your career, but they see you as the divine feminine here who has been investing in herself. So I feel like what has kept you unbothered during this entire situation, they were trying to destroy your ability to even make money. Okay? So as you continue to be unbothered and invest in yourself as the divine feminine energy here and manifest in your career, I think it started to perturb them even more. And then they got sloppy. Especially this King of Wands. Okay? Final messages, Kipperish. Thank you. Yeah, the Queen of Wands here and the Veil. So they're telling me that the Empress, that feminine, is the one who was trying to do divination and she wasn't getting anything on you. Concern and healer. Okay, we're going to leave it there. King of Wands, strength and poverty. Black magic, 8 of Wands. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, they really did all of this because they didn't know how to get out of the karmic connection that they had with each other. So it's like they realized, it's like, I'm tired of all of this stuttering, divine. Can we rebuke that, please? I speak firmly and coherently, and I rebuke anyone trying to shut me up. And I return that energy to sender. Okay? They're concerned because you healed from any type of destruction that they were trying to send your way. Whether it's physically or non-physically. They were trying to fuck with your money, number 1. They were trying to fuck with your occupation, number 2. They didn't want you to ever have enough money so that you would get to the next level in your occupation, because they always wanted to keep you as below them. And if they were trying to keep you below them, it would also play into this fake paperwork that they created about you. Okay? Judgment. I'm going to leave it there. Judgment and 10 of discs. The champ is here and the champ is you, original Earth Angel. Okay? All of this money comes back to you and then some. And what you create from having this unexpected income come to you, is like this incredible, like, I don't know if it's like a business that you're doing, but there's some type of way that you take this money and you make it work for you that creates intergenerational wealth. I even feel here like you will become I don't, it's not altruistic, but like that is you. But I feel here like you will even become someone who like donates to special causes. Like you will take this money, not all of it, but part of this money, you will actually use it to create a better society for other people. Okay? A philanthropist. That's what they're saying. Okay? Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to close this out, Divine. We're going to close this out on judgment, aren't we? Yeah, we're going to close this out on judgment and justice. Welcome to the temple of the High Priestess. So with the Nine of Swords here, if you are sensing some type of anxiety or worry, or if somebody is trying to come in with a sob story, I've made you aware of what it is and what's really going on. Okay. And that energy, this energy of like the anxiety, the worry, or feeling trapped, or all of that, that's not even your energy. Okay. Hold on. Blessings unto you and I. You have good news coming in. I'm going to close out the energy of this reading, Most High Divine Creator of all things. They're also telling me that in order for this karma to hit this couple, you had to stop interacting with them altogether. So like maybe you recently cut this person off, or you stopped talking to them, because I did the same thing with who I know this person to be. I already know who they are and I know what I'm reading. Okay? So in order for that karma to really hit them at the full force, you had to stop talking to them. So you've done it, and so mote it be, and so it is. I close the portals that I have been looking and peering within and through, Most High Divine Creator. I close them because I'm closing out this reading. But I receive and I continue to receive divine messages from the Divine Creator on this judgment and justice that is happening in my divine favor and in the divine favor of those of the light, and in support and in alignment with the Most High Divine Creator at the highest frequency of love and the original Earth Angels. Glory be to Source One for the inheritances of my spiritual, physical, and psychic gifts. I am so grateful, and I am true, and I speak the truth. Most High Divine Creator, I give so much gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this blessed retribution. Ashe. Okay, y'all, that's it. I had to read this because I kept getting this energy. Yeah, 10 of Swords, man. Somebody is just like, I'm hearing they're also getting canned. Okay. I don't know what that's about. All right. Okay, Divine. So I'm going to close this out now. I had to do this reading because it was just like I kept getting this, the same cards popping out about how somebody's going to prison. Let me reset these cards. Yeah. The wild part here is how they were trying to do like it's like because they know that you do divination, or they know that you receive sacred downloads, that they were like, oh, so we have to tap into that too, so we can tap into them. It's just like, no, you're delusional. No. Okay? That's not how it works. Okay. I'm going to close out the energy of this reading once more. Thank you, Divine Creator. Ashe. All right, y'all, let me know how this goes, and I will keep you updated too, because I feel like I literally already know who this is. You know? I feel like I already know who this is. We have the Three of Wands coming out, okay? So I'm going to stop pulling. Thank you for joining me at Anonnie's Temple, the Temple of the High. I heard within 2 months. Ooh, child. Okay. 6:24 on the clock, representing 6 and 6. They're going to prison within 2 months. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess. Of course, I have my donation links that are in the description box. Love, love, love. And I will see you in the next one. And y'all be good. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. See you. Bye.